Nothing but the best is good enough for me.
Joining us now are two of the biggest foodies, Noelle and Eugene Barone. They are really College Street royalty, and certainly part royalty in terms of the culinary circle in Toronto, and now you have moved away. Welcome to What She Said.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You now have the unprecedented honor of winning Ontario's best veal sandwich. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And you've brought it with you.
Yes.
We have.
And
We're here
boy,
to share.
does it look good.
So let's tell our listeners a little bit of background. You are famous or infamous for Bar Italia on College. Noelle, you were a powerhouse in the kitchen. How did you come to be where you live right now, which is
Southampton, Ontario.
Southampton, but you
Yes.
have the Highview Food and Drink.
Yes, Highview Food and Drink. Well, Southampton is my hometown. So I was lucky enough to grow up on the beautiful Lake Huron shores of Southampton. And at a certain point, you have to leave home. And I found myself in Toronto, in Little Italy. I was very attracted to the neighborhood and the work. And we met.
We met. Yep.
And then I was the Yoko of College Street, and I stole him. I stole him away. But he fell in love with the town as well. So Eugene and I really, we decided to leave the city and start a family and just change gears.
Yeah.
Was it hard for you to leave a metropolitan area like Toronto, which is really well known for food?
I was ready. We started a family, and that was the driving force. And I said, okay, running Bar Italia, having kids, it's not going to work. Coming home at 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, I thought, okay, something's got to change.
Well, tell us a little bit about Highview Food and Drink, the vibe, the food, the culture you have up there.
Well, we started it with a culinary philosophy of we really wanted to eat and share food that we knew where it came from. So our focus is very local. It's very Ontario-centric. And we are trying to, it's a small menu, and we're trying to just make everything we can from scratch. Kind of an alternative to a lot of the country restaurants out there with the Roadhouse typical family-style restaurants, and they're fine, they're great. We're glad that they're there. But it's kind of a selfish project because we wanted a place to go that we would like. And really that's where it came from. So just something different and something to offer other, people who really love food and wine in the area.
How did you hear about the best veal sandwich contest?
It was an online contest, and one of our customers, Sheila, hello Sheila, she's just wonderful, and she's a big fan of the sandwich and our restaurant, and she tagged us in her nomination. So I really didn't realize this was happening until that happened, and I thought, okay, that's wonderful, and then all this wonderful support from our community. The community got behind it, and they were sharing it and talking about it and very excited about it.
So this is the Veal Farmers of Ontario award this, and this is the first year.
We are the first recipient of the award.
Wow.
Yes.
What makes it so wonderful?
Well, I think we start with really simple ingredients. So when you start with a great product, I think you don't really have to mess around with it too much. We have house-made sauce. We have simple fresh leaf of basil, provolone cheese, and beautiful bread. So we don't find that we have to load it up with a lot of toppings or cover up the meat itself. We like to sort of let the meat speak for itself.
And most of the veals that I had since I was a young man coming to Toronto, because I believe it's a Toronto thing. The veal sandwich.
Is it?
I think so.
Is it not an Italian thing?
Well, there's no place in Italy where you can get a veal sandwich. They have a veal parmigiana,
Yeah.
but to have it in a sandwich, there's no such thing that I know of.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've
So
never seen one
I
there.
think it's a North American, or Toronto Italian.
How important is the bread? I mean, what kind of bread?
It's a major component because I remember always falling apart. It was too dry. And mostly the other people that do veal, they pound them as well.
The meat,
The meat.
They
And
hard,
and the breadcrumb. Plus, on top of that, if you have a bad bun, so it's all you're tasting. It's like
Nothing worse than bad buns.
no, yep.
Yeah.
And
they're
yeah.
dry
And they're
too
dry.
crusty. So we did source out bread that we thought would work with, not work against the veal cutlet.
And it holds it together.
Yeah, so it's
nicely.
more of a composed. Like we've been working on this sandwich together for a lot of years.
Oh, wow.
But just for ourselves. And it's funny because this to Southampton, it's kind of a new sandwich. So we often will, especially with kids that come around, we'll call it the Italian burger because it's just a way of encouraging them to try something new. And they might, if you call it a burger, they'll go for it. We don't sell a hamburger in our restaurant, but this is our version for people looking for such a sandwich, right?
So now, are you banned from Little Italy? What was the reaction when the upstarts from Southampton? Not that because of our Italian. What was the
I had a couple
reaction?
of friends saying, "Do you want to start a veal sandwich shop here in Toronto?"
We've been asked to come back, actually.
No.
I don't think we could keep up with the pace.
Well, what about in Southampton, though? How's it affected your business? Because, I mean, I think the locals knew, but
Right.
people who want to now make the drive.
Well,
They do.
They do. And the best thing is it has started a lot of discussion about Ontario veal and what is it, because I think there's a lot of people who just hadn't tried it. And we have sold out on a couple of occasions, and we are selling veals all the time now. And it's they're definitely making the trip to try it. So.
As an example, somebody heard that we have the best veal sandwich, and they said, "So what kind of meat is that?"
Oh dear.
It
That's
did
what
happen.
we're dealing with that as well.
Yeah.
Which is fine.
So it's kind of fun because we are introducing.
Small town,
I feel like we're introducing something, which is we're very proud of like our ability to do that, and we love to teach people about. I mean, Eugene's been teaching people about the food of his culture since the 80s. He brought a lot of inspiration from Italy here. You didn't see arugula on a menu before 1987. You just didn't, and he really did introduce a lot of things with the chefs that he worked with.
I grew up in Australia calling arugula rocket.
Rocket,
Right.
yeah.
Rocket.
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
I was trying to find it here. It's like rocket.
Yeah.
People are looking
Yeah.
at me like, "Are you crazy?"
Right.
The other thing I learned, much to my horror and embarrassment in an Italian restaurant, was when the waiter told me that you never put Parmesan cheese on seafood
Yeah.
pasta. I mean, lots of people are learning lots of things.
The way I approach it is I don't recommend it, but if you want it, it's here for you. You
You
know?
can have it if you want it. It's okay.
So you are very creative people, and often when people have created something, after a while they say, "I'm done. I want to create something else." Please, you need to assure all our listeners, and we have them in the Georgian Bay and all over Southern Ontario, that you're not going to take this sandwich off the menu anytime soon.
I don't think
No,
so.
you know what we actually did? We lowered the price because we won.
We did,
Really?
yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell us,
Yeah.
what is it? What's the price of a veal sandwich?
This is $12 on our menu.
Oh, not bad.
We had it at 14, and when we
we
I
won,
think
they
when we
said-
became a finalist, we hadn't even won yet.
Yeah.
We just decided we want people to we really wanted to encourage them to try. We were starting to get excited, and we said, in honor of this, thank you for the support. We're going to lower our price, and it has remained at 12, and it will stay at 12.
Well, that's great community spirit. Like,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
awesome.
Integrity and spirit. Yeah.
Is there a temptation to change it up a little bit?
Not this one.
No?
No.
No, I had.
perfect.
Yeah, no. I've had people because they're used to the Toronto veal sandwiches, and they got the hot peppers and they got the mushrooms, and he says, "Why aren't you making hot peppers with this?" We put it on the side for them, and I had the one guy said it was only a one napkin sandwich.
Well, you know what?
He has a napkin test. I guess we rated 1. That's
So we
it.
want to encourage all of our listeners to go and visit you. So it's about, 3 hours from
It's
Toronto?
3 hours.
3 hours from
Toronto.
And from Barrie, it's about
2 hours?
About 2,
Yeah.
yeah.
about
and
2, but a beautiful drive. And
It's a gorgeous
beautiful drive,
yeah.
beautiful beach, great food. We are not the only great restaurant in Southampton. I mean,
I
there's
can't
a
believe
lot
you're
of
saying
people
that.
working
How generous.
hard. Well,
Well, it was only a few of us. There's just a handful.
we're all of the same mindset, and we really enjoy being there. So
Thank you so much. Now we're going to tell everybody goodbye because we're going to eat these sandwiches.
Okay.
This is What She Said on the Jewel. Stay with us.